Hey guys, it's Ah-nuh. Welcome to my channel. Today we are continuing on with the note series and focusing today on the note of tobacco. So I've got my favorites here to share with you today. So this is the newest tobacco fragrance I've added to my collection. This is Initio's Narcotic Delight. I think this perfume is so sexy and it has so many elements in here that I love in a fragrance. Like it has this mysterious, dark, alluring character to it, but it's very silky smooth. It's enticing. It draws you in, pulls you in. There's actually a note of hedione in here, which the brand states sets off the pleasure centers in the brain. All I can say is this is a real sexy juice. I remember being in the testing phase with this one, wearing it several days in a row, and it got a lot of attention from my boyfriend. He's like, that is so good. I cannot get enough of it, which means a lot because he is not very vocal about my perfume. So when he does compliment me and he does pipe up, I know it struck a chord with him. I think this is perfectly unisex though. Like he's picked this up and worn it as well. It just has a super smooth, boozy cognac tobacco, but it's not overly dark. I don't find this to be intimidating. There's a beautiful sweetness coming through from vanilla and cherry, but the cherry doesn't dominate the scent as usually a cherry note does in a perfume. Like usually when they throw in cherry in a note composition, that becomes like a focal point of the perfume, but this has a very smooth balance going on. There's some spiciness, black pepper, pink pepper. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it being too dark or heavy, and I also wouldn't worry about it being too sweet. This is a scent that perfectly fits into date night category, and it has great performance. I get all day wear with strong projection. Next up is Tobacco Elixir from Maissa. This smells very similar to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, but I much prefer this. I just think it's a better blend. I like Tobacco Vanille, but I didn't love it, and I think this is great. This is so holiday coated. Smells like the holidays because you just have that quintessential mix of warm spices, the gourmand, there's amberwood, tobacco. Funnily enough, in the actual note breakdown, it doesn't list tobacco, but it's titled Tobacco Elixir, and it completely does smell like tobacco. It smells like a sweetened, spiced tobacco. There's cinnamon, clove, ginger, vanilla, so it kind of gives you the feeling of walking past a bakery during the holidays. They're serving spiced vanilla cookies, pastries. They're serving like apple cider, chai, things of the sort. But the amberwood and tobacco really ground it and give it depth. I wouldn't classify this as a true gourmand by any means. Very festive and has great performance. I get all day wear with a strong projection. If you're looking for a more feminine profile, I think this is the tamest, easiest to like out of the lineup specifically for women. This is NATO Blonde Redhead. This is a beautiful floral gourmand with a white tobacco to anchor it. It smells grown, sophisticated, and sexy. The gourmand aspect of this perfume smells like a strawberry vanilla cake with dates adorning it. It's creamy vanilla, fruity, and because of that, there's this playfulness to the scent, this lively, bright character, but then the introduction of the white tobacco makes this smell like a very grown-up perfume. It gives it a beautiful depth to the scent without it smelling challenging. The florals play up the girliness. It's so good. Definitely my favorite so far from NATO. And I get about 6 hours with moderate projection. You knew this was going to be on the list. Jazz Club from Maison Margiela, the replica line. This is one of my favorite designer perfumes. If you watch my videos, you know I love nothing more than when a perfume just transports me to a specific time, place, or like a certain character comes to mind. That kind of transportive quality is so special. I cherish it tremendously, and with Jazz Club, it literally transports me to, of course, a jazz club. This is one of my go-to going out scents. Like, I love putting on a dark outfit and this being my scent of the night. It smells like fresh cigars, a sexy, dimly lit jazz club made of wood, brick. There's a boozy quality from the rum, some pink pepper, a balmy styrax. I do find this to be a fresher take on these notes. It's not so heavy. It's an eau de toilette concentration, and the aromatic notes aid in that quality as well. Such a strong love of mine, and I get about 6 hours with moderate projection. I think this is one of the sexiest fragrances on a man. Xerjoff Naxos. I would describe it as unisex leaning masculine. My gosh, this is good. It starts out with a definite aromatic blast of lavender. So you do have to enjoy lavender to love this perfume. That note is the loudest at the start, and then pretty quickly, a couple minutes in, those sweet notes amp up. There's honey, tonka bean, vanilla, but it doesn't ever go too sweet in my opinion, because the lavender and of course tobacco leaf really ground it. And I feel like that combo of traditionally masculine characteristics of the lavender and tobacco leaf mixed with this very sexy, alluring sweetness it's too good. I love the combination of sweet notes and lavender because each side cuts into the other to balance the other out. Honey is usually a pretty tricky note for me to love in fragrances because it's thick and dense and sweet and syrupy, and so like too much of that, it's like too much of a good thing for me. But like I said, the tobacco leaf and lavender bring it down and give it such a cool edge. This scent drives me crazy. I absolutely love it. All day wear with strong projection. Sunshine Woman from Amouage was one of the first tobacco fragrances I introduced into my collection. I remember this just being complete love at first sniff for me, and I just had that wow reaction to smelling this. It smells so original and niche. I love it. This is, I would say, one of the easier to like Amouage fragrances, but still absolutely a try before you buy scent. This has such a yummy, fruity, juicy, bright, playful quality to it. This has a big dose of osmanthus that fully just smells like super ripe apricots. It's then sweetened further with black currant and this creamy vanilla. It has a beautiful sunny character, but then in the base has a prominent white tobacco. And I think white tobacco is easier for some than a traditional tobacco note because it comes across fresher, so it doesn't smell smoky to me at all. It provides a definite richness to the scent, but it's so smooth. And because of this duality, I find it to be quite a versatile scent. I don't choose to wear it in extreme weather, whether that be very hot or very cold, because the apricot, bright, fruity, vanilla qualities make it really nice for like warm, sunny days, but then the white tobacco is great for the fall season as well. And I get all day wear with a moderate projection. My number one favorite tobacco, I don't know if I'll ever see the day that something happens to trump my love for Herod from Parfum de Marly. This is marketed towards men, but ladies, if you love a unisex fragrance, you have to try this. Addictive doesn't even scratch the surface for me. There is not a single minute detail that I would change about the smell of this perfume. This is a very likable, sweetened tobacco scent, and it has this really yummy, gourmand apple cider quality to it. This was a part of Eric's collection before we even started dating, and I remember telling him all the time whenever he'd wear this, like, you smell like sexy apple cider. It's so yummy, just comforting, warm, attractive. The vanilla that's used in this blend is absolutely gorgeous, very creamy, smooth. It's the perfect amount of sweet without being too sweet. It's got smooth woods, some incense, and then that cinnamon really plays into like the apple cider vibe. And I get about 4 hours with an intimate projection. This is Beat Cafe from Juicebox. I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is Thomas Shelby in a bottle. And that's really all you need to know. Tobacco, leather, booze, spices, wood, ambery qualities. It's a very masculine profile, but I think the execution is very smooth, very well done. The leather does not go into the overbearing or animalic territory. It's a very polished scent. If you enjoy Jazz Club, I would give this a try, not because they smell too similar, they're notably different, but the vibe that they give across, the imagery that comes to mind is similar. And I get great performance out of this all day wear with a strong projection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.